BYU will be an underdog as they head into game number 1 at Nebraska 9 days from now. Depending on which line you look at, 6-point underdog, 6.5-point underdog. So, Brian Keel, let's throw it back to you. Right now, what kind of a shot do you give BYU going into Nebraska?
Oh, I think I like that game. I think we're going to win that game. I like our chances. Very winnable. We just said it in the break. New quarterback, new running back, new coach, new system. In transition, it's a good chance for us. I like it.
I don't see a situation where BYU can win 9+ if they don't win that first one. I think you really have to set the tone for the season by getting Nebraska.
Let me flip that around.
And you're on the other end of this.
Let me flip what you just said. Let me flip it around.
Yeah.
If they win that game, I really like their chances to win 9 or 10. Let's think of it that way.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
It's the same thing phrased differently.
Yeah, I like my way.
Now, Brian,
You've got to go win.
You were part of a 1-2 start.
Yeah.
A couple of them.
3 of them.
That all finished.
2 of them finished.
Well,
11
that's
and
true.
11
The
and 2.
first one didn't finish so great.
No,
Yeah.
Okay, but when you look
The last
at
2, we finished
06
11 and 2.
07, yeah. Those seasons ended well. Mm-hmm. How big of a deal is it if BYU starts 1-2 this season?
Here's the thing. It's not where you start. It's where you finish. And I don't know. Looking back at us, this all goes back to what I said a few minutes ago. I'm still pissed that we lost 2 games in 06 and 2 games in 07. It still bothers me. I was talking to one of my teammates at the gym the other day, and this is the thing that bothers me about the last couple of years compared to how we were. And I'm not trying to say, we were so great, but I'm not trying to say that. But here's the thing. In 06 and 07, we were never blown out. We lost 4 games, 2 in each year, all by 1 play. And even in 05, we went 6-6 in 05. There wasn't a single game where we just didn't belong on the field. You know, there were a couple games where we lost by 2 or 3 scores, but nobody beat us by 25 or 30 points, and nobody just took us to the woodshed or pushed us around or bloodied our mouth. You know what I'm saying? So that's going back to what I said. If we start 1-2, whoop-de-wee, what matters is how we finish. And you know, the biggest thing for me for this year and any year, but especially for this year because we haven't done it the last couple of years, is how we win and how we lose.
Who's the player on the team right now that reminds you of you? Is there anybody?
How do you answer this without sounding like
You're like, well, Taysom Hill
pretentious?
Sounds like me.
Well, who's the most athletic, biggest, strongest, fast? You know, I mean, I don't know.
Is there someone you watch and you go, okay, that they have a similar skill set?
Yeah, I mean, I'm going to be a linebacker. It'd be kind of weird if I said Taysom Hill.
Like Johnny Linehan.
I've pubbed him a lot from this very seat, but Fred Warner, I like him. We're about the same color, about the same size. Play similarly, athletic, fast, good instincts. I like him.
Okay, so Fred Warner,
Yes.
does he have the skill set to play in the NFL?
Oh yeah, no question. He's got to put the work in, and he's got to gain weight. But
how much weight?
He's got to be at least 235, preferably 240.
Let's talk about the guys trying to make NFL rosters right now. They just graduated last year. And I'll give you a little bit of background here for all of BYU Sports Nation and for you, Brian. Bruce Arians, the head coach of the Arizona Cardinals, just said Alani Fua has a good shot to make the team. And he talked about his skills on special teams and his size, his unique size, and he's rangy. Yeah, okay? So he says he's got a good shot. Devin Mahina, because of 2 crazy injuries that have ended the seasons for the Redskins tight ends, is all of a sudden their number 3 guy, has a good shot to make that roster. Paul Lasike has been talked about a ton. He might start some games this year for the Arizona Cardinals. So which of those 3 guys do you think you're most likely to watch on a Sunday this year?
So I've said this from this seat before. The best football player from our team last year is Alani Fua, in my opinion. He does not have the best chance to make the team, in my opinion. I think the guy who has the best chance is Mahina, given the 2 guys that got hurt right in front of him. That's sucks for those guys. I know both those 2 tight ends, played with them, and sucks for them. That being said, great opportunity for Mahina. And, you know, basically it's put up or shut up. If you get that opportunity to, especially at a position like tight end, where teams only keep 3 or 4 guys. It's not like, the competition is different at that position than at linebacker, or, where a team keeps 8 or 9, sometimes
receiver.
10 guys, or receiver. The Redskins, when I was their linebacker, we had 8 or 9 linebackers on the roster. So if 2 guys get hurt, it's not like tight end where they keep 3 or 4 and their first 2 get hurt. That's a huge shakeup. Anyway, so I think he has the best chance. Then I think Lasike, given his skill set, and then I think Fu after that. But I think Fu is the best football player out of those 3.
Interesting. Let's finish with this. The Tuesday they go down to 75. And then
rosters.
Saturday they go down to 53. What's this time like for, say, a guy that's trying to make an NFL team? I'm watching Hard Knocks and I'm going, wow, this is
it's real. Tough. It is real. It's nerve wracking. And when you're young, my first year I got drafted in the 4th round, so I was pretty much safe my first year. And then after that, every year after that, I was not safe. I was in a position where I had to go earn my spot on the team. And I was nervous a bunch of times. And what's funny is the one time I got cut coming out of camp was the time I absolutely killed it. And I thought I was safe because I had played so well, led the team in tackles, sacks, interceptions. I had played so well. I was like, woo. I was kind of not quite on easy street, but I was like, oh, then I got that phone call. Oh, you've been cut. And it's just, anyway. So the NFL is weird. This time it's nerve-wracking, and the dream dies for a lot of kids.
Man, that's a tough reality.
And ending on this note just stinks.
Yeah, it is. Hey, let's flip it. Let's flip it positive. The dream dies for a lot of kids, but the dream comes to fruition for a lot of kids. And there's a lot of kids out there who work their tail off, guys who are undrafted, rise through the ranks, and they make it happen. I played with a guy, London Fletcher, undrafted. Played 16 years in the NFL.
How about that?
Won a Super Bowl with the Rams. Middle linebacker. Did not miss a single game.
Unbelievable.
Wow.
Undrafted.
I feel much better now.
Undrafted.
That's the kind of tone that we're looking for to go out of a Throwdown Thursday with Brian Teal.
Yeah.
Okay, Brian, great to have you. Great stuff.
Thanks, guys.